Hello everyone and welcome back to Cities by Steven. You're talking to Steven. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, please hit the subscribe button, get that bell notification on so you don't miss out on the next episode of Brockton County. That's the name of the city. And make sure to hit the like button. The like button helps the channel a lot. And again, if you missed last episode and you saw that there was a bit of a different intro part of the episode here, I kind of made a bit of a schedule for August and I posted it on the video so you can see what the schedule is going to be, because I'm changing it up ever so slightly for the month of August only. And that is in the middle of 2 weeks of August. I'm going to be posting just on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And that's because I'm going home to Toronto to see my family, and I haven't seen them in almost a year, so I'm really excited about that. But it's going to mean that I won't be able to post as many videos for those weeks. But it's just a temporary thing, and we'll be right back to 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, Brockton County, after that, and forever and ever. Anyway, so in today's episode, got a lot planned, but if you missed last episode, we built a water treatment plant, we built the household plastics factory, and we started discontinuing the zoning of downtown. So in today's episode, we got a bit more of the same. We're going to continue to kind of upgrade the city's needs, because as we started to boom this city with population, the city needs more stuff. Like we need a hospital now, for example. Hey, look, there's the household plastics factory. And I'm also going to look at adding in another unique building. And I'm going to kind of change a plan that we previously had as well. Mainly because I need to make sure that we're maintaining a steady cash flow. So let's hop into it today. As you see, we're losing a bunch of money, and a lot of it is because, whoops, wrong one. Over the last little while, we have just been booming the need for services, and because of that, like our transit, for example, has been a big one. We need to maintain that cash flow, and one of the best unique factories to boom your economy is the industrial steel plant. And ideally I wanted to have this a bit closer to the rail line. However, I am thinking now that we should just plop it down right in here with the rest of our metallurgical goods and call it a day. So I think that's what we're going to do. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to place it down right here, but like a bit more over to the right. I'm going to take off that road, and then we're going to kind of help split the traffic a bit. And I think we're going to look at building up the area around it a bit as well. And yeah, I think that's the goal for today. And then we're going to look at also adding in some services and continuing the growth of the city. So let's hop into that. Let's delete this road. It's not really a road that's being used too much. And let's hop in. Let's place this in right about here. Now, I don't really mind having this building on, I guess it's already on kind of its own road. And I'm also not going to place it right up against, like right in the middle here. I'm going to place it right here like this. And that's because I want to utilize this whole road as a bit of an access for this building. If we look around the building here, there's nothing on this side that we need to look at changing things for. There is an access right here, which in the past I've used to pull the train into, but I don't think we're going to do that in today's series. Instead, we're going to focus on getting the trucks into here. So let's click the spawn points mod, and we are going to swing it in and over. Nice. I'm going to swing it back to there. Going to change the angle of it so that trucks will look to arrive over there. Then we're going to swing it back into here. All right, so my thinking is that the trucks will bring in right through here into the facility, and then we can also look at adding in an access road back here, but I don't think we will utilize this space for that. So I'm thinking we just draw it off of here. I mean, we could, but I think it'll be a bit easier based off of my ideas for this to just, to just build it or leave the spawn point over on this side. What am I doing? Holy cow. Straight. Oh, it's this. There we go. And we'll connect it down just like this. I'm going to bring it out a bit farther than I need it. That's because I want to drag it right along like so. And that's just to have a bit of a back access to the facility. The next thing, yeah, this will work great. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to continue this road out over here, and we're going to make it seem like, you know what, we can actually get that connection here. We're going to make it seem like this has been here for a long time. And the reason why I like using, or I'm saying that is because ideally the goal was to have this steel plant closer to the rail line. Say it's like a really old plant that used to bring the steel in from out of town, but since we're making the steel here, or getting metal out from over here, or ore, and making the metal in this section, I think this will work out great. Plus, this whole town can kind of be like a steel town now, right? I think it kind of works thematically as well. So we do have commercial lining this street, and I think that's all the commercial we'll really have in this area. And yeah, we're done these main strips here. I think this will work thematically pretty well. Now, I was thinking about getting in a fence over here, so let's look at doing that. Oh, it's not fence. This is the fence. All right, so we do have a fence already over here. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to bring it out right to about here, and then connect it up like this. And I might as well just hold control down. Oh, no, not control, hold alt down, and bring this in a bit farther than needed. And I'll just continue this on down to here. And I think this all works out pretty well. Yeah, it's a pretty cool, cool plant we have going on. All right, so this also allows us to get some zoning in locations where maybe we haven't looked at doing that previously. I think we're all good on importing ore and metal and everything like that. We previously had this set up at empty, and yeah, I think we're making enough metal just for this. So that's all I'm really concerned about. We already bumped it up to 150, and look at this. We're making almost over $7,000 profit just from this one building. That's going to really help us boost our local economy here. But the thing is, now that we place this, we're really losing our unemployment rate, which is in reality is a good thing. But in this game, we need a higher unemployment rate so that we can look at zoning in other things. So let's take a look at that. It's actually at 7%. That's actually pretty good based off of what we're doing here. So let's swing back over to our industrial zone over here, industrial park. And I just wanted to take a peek at this. Not enough buyers for products. We have a ton of well-educated people or overeducated people at this facility. Hopefully this will sort itself out relatively soon. But since we moved all our water out of here last episode, we can now look at zoning this in as industry, and that will really help out a lot. All right, we'll do this. We'll let all that industry come in. It's a lot of industry to zone in at once. I usually don't do that, but I think we'll be fine today. So that's going to really eat up a lot of the unemployment, which is a good thing. And let's take a quick peek at our schooling systems here. So probably need another high school. I'm going to let this this high school play out a bit. Oh, look at that. It's already 1,000 a. All right. Well, we should definitely look at getting that in again, or another one in soon. Let me just talk quickly about the plan for the week. So before I started recording this episode, traffic was really backing up. So I just did a really quick attempt at a traffic fix. And I know traffic's bad. And yeah, that's great, because on Friday's episode, we are going to rework this intersection, and we're going to elevate this highway and change up the entire highway system we have in this game. It's going to be a massive undertaking. and that's going to be a dedicated video for Friday. So until then, I'm going to try to do some other things because I want to save this video for Friday. Although I should be doing it right now, I want to save it for Friday because that's our dedicated video for that. All right, so I did notice that our electricity was fluctuating a bit, but I think we'll be fine for now. Let's look at zoning in or getting in some other buildings here. So let's take a quick peek at our healthcare system. So we have a clinic in here, and I think it's doing well enough, though I can see the need for a hospital sooner rather than later. So we have enough. I think we'll be fine for now. I think we'll pass on the hospital. But I'm looking at this elder care facility, and we don't really have anything over in Batherston. I know right here we're kind of cover most of it, so I'm thinking we might be able to get an elder care facility downtown, and that'll help out the city quite a bit. So let's take a thought about where this could go. Now, I never really thought about getting one downtown, but I also don't want to cross paths a bit too much, so maybe we hold up on that. And let's take a quick peek at childcare. So we have one over here. I think this is something that we can squeeze in pretty well into the city here. Let's find that elementary school. Let's actually pop this back up again. It's right here. Yeah, so we're gonna be overlapping a little bit, but I think we'll be fine if we get this child healthcare center in right here. All right, so let's finish zoning off this block here. Let's go with the tree-lined road, and we'll just cut across like so, and then we'll come back with a normal road, and we'll continue that one in. And by doing that, we've kind of been able to fill up the space with proper zoning. Let's take a quick look at how pathways are going to work through here. Let's take this dirt path here, and what we're going to do is turn off everything but the grid, and we're just going to swing it around. Oh, this is a paved path. That's fine. That works. And then we'll connect like so. All right, so technically we could put in a bit of a node here, and that'll give us, hey, look at that. Let's make this a custom node. Crossing, that's what I want. And then I'm going to just hold Alt down and realign it like that, and that way we have a bit of a crossing right there. And this will allow us to get some more high density housing in here as well. So we're gonna get some smaller ones here too, which is gonna be interesting. Something I can do to mitigate that is go into here, go into the zoning adjuster, and de-zone this section, but I think I'm gonna leave it for now because I don't want to mess too many things up. All right, so we're kind of making this area a bit of a residential quarter, and this is becoming more of the downtown per se. So this is something we're gonna have to look out for as the city grows. But let's continue filling in this oval about section with proper streets and everything like that. So I think right in here, what I'm going to do is we're going to take just our normal road. We're going to bump it out. And then we're going to take this 1 unit road here. And we're going to do something a bit, I don't want to say unique, but a bit different. And something that you would definitely see in cities. So where a street would come out like this, then you get a bit of an alley behind it. And thinking here is that this is going to be used for some condos. Now, I've been to Toronto a bunch, and in Toronto, there are these condos that are often on these smaller streets, and traffic is just insane trying to get around them. But anyways, let's just turn it back on. It's fine. We'll just move it here. And I think the goal here is to just stretch it out so that we can get a bit of a pathway connection in here. We'll take this, let's do that. Perfect, and we'll do the same thing, like so. All right, then I think what I'm gonna do here is I'm actually going to take off the zoning altogether on Main Street here. And this is gonna allow us to get, actually zoning should be off on all these roads. It's gonna allow us to get nicer buildings in here. Don't really need to do that, but that's fine. And then we'll also take zoning off of those roads. All right, so let's look at getting in some nice buildings here. So we got some low density commercial over here. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at transitioning that right in this corner into high density. And we're gonna do the same thing right through here. All right, and then the back end of this, I think we're gonna get some condos. Let's actually throw an office right here. Do the same thing. And then we'll look at getting some more condos right through here. All right, and with this space, this is a great opportunity to get a maintained park, like a little parkette. So we'll get that connection in, and then as we know where the zoning is right now, let's open, oh, we already have it open. Let's get some trees in here, and I'm just gonna line this up roughly. This will also help the walkability of the city as well. Okay, so as this pops up, we're definitely gonna need to continue the zoning down in here, but I'm gonna look up here right now. So let's do the same thing. This is right in front of a high school. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna get offices right here, and then we'll look at getting condos all throughout here. This would be a really valuable condo right along here. So, all right. So with Main Street here being a bit more bougie, I guess. There's no zoning on it or anything like that. I think what we can do is look at upgrading it, upgrading this road. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go with the tree-lined one. We'll do the same thing on this side. So I'm gonna pause the game because I just forgot that that actually takes off zoning. All right, so a bit interesting that it chose to do that. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm just going to try to readjust it by unclicking and reclicking. And this way we get a lot cleaner zoning lines here. All right, so we've got a bit of open space here, and I'm gonna wait till the condos come in to see what it's gonna look like, because we might just pave the whole thing in. But that looks great. Okay, we'll let that let all that zone in. Let's take a quick peek at some other city services here. So, I mean, entertainment is probably... Ooh, look at this. That's not a good sign. Curious if it's over here. Ah, it's over here. This is one of the first buildings we zoned, and as industry has grown around it, we definitely need to look at rezoning this land as commercial. All right, fantastic. Let's also look at getting in some more commercial over there. All right, so now that we're kind of letting all this come in, I know we have a bunch of noise around here. It's because these condos are pretty close to some commercial centers, but this is gonna be something we're gonna have to try to live with in this game. So just something to think about. I'm gonna try to look at getting some of these roads across right now. So we have this main arterial road, and I'm gonna just look at bringing this across. So I think what we'll do is we'll bring it right up to about here. Whoops, I didn't want this to be trees. Okay, and then we will get elevated. Perfect. And then we will continue it as a ground level road. Oh, there we go. And what I'm going to do here is, I'm not going to make this connection yet, but this should probably be a connection to Harvey Road, which I know is like technically a highway, but if you think about Lakeshore Boulevard in Toronto, this is my future goal for this road. All right, so we got that across, and then I'm going to look at taking. Actually, no, I don't think we'll take another one across this area here, because first of all we need to readjust this. Let's raise it up. Let's pause it while the train's there. And I think what I want to do here is just bring it right up to these metal bars. Fantastic. Okay, we'll leave it there. And yeah, this is it's a pretty steep hill there. Okay, so I'm just gonna hold Alt down. I'm gonna just shift it right over here and do the same thing. Shift it right over. Just want to make sure there's no craziness happening right over there, and that's fine. Okay, so this is a bit steep, but I think it's a manageable slope. Yep. All right, we'll leave it at that. Let's just smooth it out a bit though, because I want to make it actually look nice, you know? All right, not really smoothing out too well. That's fine. Okay, now we need to look at what we're gonna do with this section here. So right now we have zoning on it. I think that's probably our best bet. I might bring in, we'll go with, let's bring an industrial road in. I think that'll be a cool look. Right to here like that. And I'm gonna raise it, saving. I'm gonna raise it up ever so slightly so that the hill isn't this hill isn't too crazy. All right, and then we're going to take the zoning adjuster here and I remove zoning on that, and you'll see why I put this road right here is now we still have the full zoning square here. If I take zoning off there too temporarily, what we'll do is we'll get a nice big office building right here. We'll throw it on 3-speed, and I'm going to re-add the zoning here so we can get a couple more buildings on this section. I think we'll just stick with offices right along this whole front. Okay, so now that building's coming in, I'm hoping that if I put zoning back here and throw some commercial back here, things won't get too crazy. All right, so let's now, thinking it might be a good idea to get a bit of a pathway connection there, but I think it'll be fine. Oh, took that off, that's fine. And then I think maybe we can just lower it down a bit. Okay, so we got that in place, and then I'm also going to look at doing the same thing over here. So 4-lane road, right through here. Just going to bring it right out to about this point. Raise it up. And then we'll go to ground level and continue it out. Okay, probably should have looked at changing things up a bit sooner rather than later. Let's go to control height there, and then I have all 3 of these selected. We're going to, raise it up just until, oh perfect, this metal thing's right here. I can really adjust it quicker like that. Perfect. And yeah, I don't think that's doable. It's a bit silly. So here's another option we could do instead, because I want to maintain this bridge here. So I actually think we don't go too much lower. So an option here is to do a tunnel, or what you can do instead, which is something a bit more unique, is we will bypass this tram line here by lowering this whole section a bit. we'll lower it down to the ground. Nothing too crazy. And now what we can do here is... Whoop. What? Oh, I was in Move It. Silly me. I'm still in Move It. There we go. And we can just connect into here. And what I should have done is made it an elevated road all the way. And then what we can do is we can grab this, make it a bit of a smooth slope. And these trams can still fit underneath. Well, it can't right now, but ideally it would. So what we'll do is we'll scooch it over a bit. And we'll scooch this one over a bit. Oops. And then we will raise it up. So there is a ton more space than I was expecting. So what we'll do instead then is we'll hold Alt and we'll scooch this over. And right here I will lower it a bit. Yeah, very nice. And then we have the connection over here onto the main road. So a bit different, but still relatively the same. So we'll just slide that over. And I mean, this is fine. All right, so we will just smooth out this section here pretty good because that's pretty steep. Okay, so now that we've kind of done that, this is just a temporary tram turnaround, so we'll leave that for now. But with this in place now, what we can do here is we can look at zoning in some high commercial right here, or some offices. I think what we'll do is we'll do a bit of a split here. So I want to put an office building right here, like a pretty big one. And I think what we'll do is we'll get, whoops, we'll get another one there, and I think we'll get some offices just right here. And I want to get some condos over here though, because we need some residential out this way. This is a pretty prime location, and I want to maintain that, although it might get noisy, so that is something to consider in the future. Okay, so looking good, looking very good. We are definitely going to need to fix this highway sooner rather than later, because I think the city's slowing down because of it. I guess that's the problem of, well, as you can see, traffic has backed up all the way. We might not be able to wait until Friday. We might need to do this tomorrow. So, I think this might be where we kind of have to leave it off, because the city's kind of frozen right now with traffic. So I think we shall take a quick peek at what the traffic is. 61. All right. Uberly fantastic. I say that sarcastically and not sarcastically. Now I'm just pausing it and replaying it because I want to make sure there's no other traffic zones other than the backups over here. So perhaps what I'll do is... Yeah, full traffic fix tomorrow's video. Sounds good with me. I think I'll just play it on 1 speed for now, and I will look at just finishing off what we're doing, because I didn't get this connection in, and I wanted to make sure that I got this connection in. So we'll put a ground level here. Oh, ground level. There we go. So I'm at this node. There's 2 nodes right here. Oh no, there isn't. Okay. We're good right there, perfect. And I'll slide it right across. And I'll rework this in the future, but ideally this is going to be like a bit of an arterial connection. We're going to connect down into here too. I'm just trying to get this so people can kind of get the gist about what we're doing here. And then right here, oh, it was a bit off, darn. We can rework that in the future. But with that in place, we're going to get a connection down in there, and I don't think we are going to be getting another connection this way, but I will continue to fill it out because that was the name of today's game. And let's just fill this in like this. Perfect. And then what I want to do is I want to use a bit of a one-way system here. All right. And then continue this out a bit. Nice. And then what we'll do is we'll just remove the zoning from these streets, and then we can get some condos in here. Things might get a bit dicey right here, but I want to try it out. Whoops, did not want that there. I think this would probably be office right here. So we'll go with low density commercial through here, and we'll copy that right to about this point here. And then probably condos. So we'll zone that in as well. And you know what, we're getting pretty close to the next milestone. So perhaps in the future we'll see that come in. And as you see, we're getting this symbol from the industrial center, which means that trucks can't get around fast enough. And that is true. So we will look at fixing that in the near future, guys. But I hope you liked today's episode where we started to get some more connections across here. We zoned in residential. We made some residential blocks in here. So yeah, city's developing pretty good, and I'm really happy with how it's going, other than the traffic. But that was kind of the idea. So next episode, guys, big traffic fix. Hope you have a great day, and I'll catch you next time. Peace out.